Hello everyone. This is Alise and today is April 10th. It's a lovely morning here for me, and this morning I'm not exactly sure what Spirit is going to want to talk about because I took a walk this morning and there's so many questions that we all would love guidance about that were kind of flying through my brain, and I couldn't zero in on one. And so I thought I'm going to sit and invite Spirit in and see if Spirit would like to choose a message for today. So if you would just take a moment to center yourself with me, meaning just calling your attention to exactly where you are, exactly as you are, and taking some deep breaths and allowing those breaths to really help you settle into your body in this moment. Allowing breath to draw you into the body sensations, whatever those might be. Allowing that breath to help you feel real and now and beautifully human. And beautifully a spirit delighting in your humanness. And you may notice as you listen that the presence of Spirit is showing up with us. You may notice a little bit of change in the light around you. You may notice a tingling or warmth or cool, like there's a little breeze even though you may or may not be outside. And it'll feel different for everyone, and it's okay if you don't feel anything, but just notice if you do. And for instance, I feel a broadening happening to me, an openness, and a sense of allowing. I'm here, but I also am in a place of some surrender, just trusting that I'm safe and cared for, surrounded by love and light. And so I sense that Spirit would like me to explain what aspects of Spirit I feel here today. So all the different names and words we have for Spirit, like angels and guides and ascended masters, all of these are words and sounds that are given to humans or interpreted by humans as a way to explain all these different aspects of the divine. So when I say I sense an angel here, it's because I feel a certain aspect of the divine that has a specific kind of energy to it, like a love and lightness and kind of an airiness. For me, that's how I experience angel, but it's okay if it's different for everyone, and you don't even have to use these words. You can simply use love, you can simply use God, you can simply use any word to describe these different aspects. And what it is teaching us to tune in to these just infinite, just multiple, I don't even know how to explain these aspects of God. It's so much that they're trying to show me kind of what it would be like if we didn't have these words. And there's so much that it's just so hard for our human mind to wrap around, like just all the beauty and all the uniqueness and all the details, the gorgeous possibilities that Spirit has the ability to express, it could be overwhelming for us. And that's something that we get to see and experience when we cross over to the other side, or it's not even another side, but that's another word that we use to help our minds understand it. But when we move to that different level of vibration, when we pass out of this body, we can perceive all that openness and all that possibility and all those amazing aspects of God and of ourselves. But when we're here, our minds need to be busy. They need to be kept occupied with some words and definitions. At least many of us need that, and that's okay. But the key is to not get wrapped up in those definitions. That if somebody else's definition of angel or God or guide or any other spiritual word you can think of feels or looks or sounds different than yours, that does not mean that yours is wrong. It does not mean that theirs is wrong. It's about integrity of experience. And so what feels right in your heart? What feels true? What has integrity for you and for your soul at this time? And so as I talk and you listen to my experience, you can say, yes, that really resonates with me. That is my truth also. If what I'm saying, and as I call in different spirits or angels or whatever it might be, if that feels right to you, it feels true, it makes you feel more part of love, makes you feel more part of the divine, makes you more in touch with your spirit and your humanness, you will know. You'll know because it'll wake something up in you. It'll call to something in you. And you'll know that that works for you and you can allow it in. If a word that I say or an experience I talk about is creating a conflict in you, then you have the choice to either say that's not for me right now, and then listen to see maybe if there's a little shift where it could be changed a little, or a different word used or a different sensation used. And you can say, oh no, I need to shift this over a little. This is what I can allow in right now. This is the definition or the term or the experience that works for me. And so if I talk about Jesus and you have some past experience with Jesus that made you feel maybe alienated if you were in a very strict church or something, and Jesus that word makes you feel tense or makes you feel confused or conflicted, then that's okay. You can let that word go. And you can still allow the love behind it to come in with a different expression. Because it's all the same love. And so this is what they want to talk about today is love. And so I feel many beautiful beings around me here that want to give to this conversation. And because we just talked about how words sometimes hang people up, I'm not even going to worry about explaining who is here, but I can tell you that I feel so many different aspects of divine love here. I feel an open, large aspect. I feel a very personal, sweet aspect that feels like it's somebody that could be here just for me in this moment. I feel masculine and feminine and somewhere in between. I feel the aspect of earth love. Earth meaning the planet love. I feel aspects of animal love. I feel aspects of our human love, which is so different from the vast divine love, but just as valuable for our learning. And so what Spirit is saying to me today is that it is a shame that we only have one word for love when there could be millions, literally millions of words to describe each unique kind of love. But we don't have that. And they're showing me how in other countries where it snows much of the year, and I don't remember where, but there are, I feel like it's maybe Eskimo culture or something. There are like 50 words for snow, and we have one. And they're saying it's similar to that because it's just so hard to explain love with words, that this one word will have to suffice to encompass all for our minds. But don't let that be limited in your view of what love is available to you. Because love is really just a sound for experience. And there can be love. And there can be love. And there can be love. There's so many ways. And love is something that calls to us to remind us that we are so much more than just this human experience. Love is something that makes us feel beyond our bodies, and both in our bodies at the same time. So human love allows us to experience all those beautiful chemical reactions in our bodies, the chills, the heart racing, the sweaty palms, all of those things, the deep ache, beautiful ache in our bellies and in our chests, the tingles. So when we love one another as humans, our bodies are a beautiful tool to navigate that love. But that's just one tiny aspect of it, if you can believe it. It feels like our whole lives sometimes, our whole nature, human love, but it's one little aspect. And when you remember that you are a piece, a unique and beautiful piece of divine love, then it becomes so beyond our bodies. That is when it involves our souls and our spirits. And so physical love is like this window into, or a little passage, a crack in our limiting physical experience that allows us to peek through and see, or gives us a little drop, a little taste of the divine love from which we came. And so what they want us to know is we have so much wisdom to offer you, but none of it means anything if you cannot accept, if you cannot know, if you cannot at least begin to open up to the fact that you are divine love. It cannot be different from you. You cannot be separated from it. It is you. The only way to be separated from it is to be separated from yourself and your true nature. And that is the only thing that they can even equate the idea to hell with. There is no place that hell is. Place is a separation, a belief that you are not a part of that divine love. And it is just a mind separation. There is never really a real separation from this love that exists. It is not possible. It is in our minds. And so until we can begin to allow for the possibility that we are so, it's so hard to even explain, it's so big and beautiful. We are loved beyond our human imagining. We are that divine love that we seek, that we long to go home to. We are that. but we are unique expressions of it in this human form. And so because we are separate human bodies, having separate human experiences from one another in our perception, we feel that we have been separated from that love, but that is just not true. So we have to learn to be able to reach beyond our physical bodies with our trust and with our senses and with our allowing and with the part of ourself that is not our brain, our mind. Our brain will follow if we can allow the feeling of love to come back in. We don't need to try to recreate divine love with our minds and with continually trying to understand teachings or continually trying to connect with others and recreate that love. We need to trust and open and allow, and even if we can't believe it right now, just ask for that crack to be widened, for it to become more and more open, to allow more and more of this knowing of your true nature to come in. Spirit, I am ready to receive the knowing that I am divine love, that I am that which is you. I don't know how to remember, so I trust that you will show me. I ask to be split open. I ask to be cracked wide open, or to be opened like a flower. I ask my bud to begin to turn towards your light so that it may bloom. My mind does not know how. Please allow my spirit to receive this knowing. Allow this knowing to fill my body and allow my body to teach my mind. Because it is here that real wisdom is born within me again and again and again. I honor my mind, but I know that my mind is not the way to this knowing. And I will accept that it may not always be easy, but I will continue to trust that I will be shown. I invite all of these aspects of the divine that are unique to my own experience and my own understanding to teach me how to remember that I am love. I feel and see the beautiful messengers of love that you send to me, and I love them. I feel and know your infinite beauty and devotion and love for me, and I love you in return. I turn towards my body that is the great interpreter of these sensations and messages, and I say, I love you to it. I turn towards my spirit that has had all of these experiences, that has been brave enough to have this human life, to integrate this wisdom, to allow God to experience earth in this way. And I say, I love you. I turn towards all my fellow humans that are in this intense experience with me, and I pray that they allow a knowingness and a love to enter them. I pray that they allow to be cracked open as I wish to be, and I tell them I love them. I turn towards this beautiful earth with all of her creatures on it, and all of the earthly spirits, aspects of divine earthly love, the Great Mother. I turn towards her. Thank you for supporting us in this amazing opportunity to experience this aliveness in this way. I tell her I love her. I will continue to devote myself to honoring this love that I am until it becomes a knowing that can no longer be questioned. Take 3 deep breaths with me to allow that healing and knowledge to soak into your system. Just allowing as much as you're ready for, knowing that it will always be there to return to. A never-ending source of loving knowing. Breathe in and blow out. Thank you. Breathe in and blow out. Thank you. One more breath in and breathe out. Thank you. Place your hands in prayer position on your forehead. Allowing this seat of wisdom to calm, because for many of us it had been activated during this session. Just gently imagining that you're just calming that third eye area. Maybe even rubbing it gently. Moving the hands to the heart. This heart that has been challenged to open even further during this message from Spirit. And just gently rubbing the heart in circles, imagining that you're able to rub the back and front at the same time, and just calming the heart and saying thank you. Just reminding the heart that it is safe to be open. And moving the hands to the belly, bringing awareness to the legs and seat as well, and just thanking the body for holding this space for us and carrying us through. And just inviting the body to welcome us back in case our spirits were extending out during this. So now we're just kind of gently calling ourselves back fully into the body. Just feeling the muscles, the skin, maybe even noticing your heart beating and noticing sensations in your fingertips, in your toes. And being grateful for the aliveness there. Thank you for listening to this message today, and send you on your way with so much love and so many blessings. May you delight in your divine nature. Amen.